Hi everybody, it's Catherine from In the Pink Designs. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, so the products that I use you can purchase from my website, which is listed below, and it's listed above, and it's also linked below. This is my host code for July. If you're going to spend anything less than $150, you want to put that in. If it's over $150, don't put that in because you want to get your Stampin' rewards. Alrighty. Today I'm using Christmas Scottie, which is a bundle. If you buy it together, you get 10% off. So it's the Christmas Scottie stamp set and the Scottie Dog Punch. And I made a cute little Ghirardelli holder. This is so perfect for Christmas time. It's quick. You can make a whole bunch of them. And they won't cost you that much. Okay, it fits two perfectly in there. And you can get two out of one sheet of cardstock, and you can get two out of the DSP sheet, 6x6 DSP also. Alrighty, so I'm just going to do that. Okay, so what we need for this project is some basic white for stamping. We need a piece of real red cardstock that is 7 3/4 by 4 1/4. We need a piece of the same DSP for stamping the bow. We need two pieces that are 2 3/4 by 1 3/4, and this is the Granny Apple Green Brights Designer Series paper. And one piece that is 2 3/4 by 3/4. Alright. We also need this label from Real Red Cardstock, and it is from the All That dies also. Okay. Let me show you here. It's this one right here. All right. Okay, so let me get my Simply Scored. And we're going to start on the 7 3/4 side first. We're going to score at 5/8, 3 5/8, 4 1/4, and 7 1/4. And we're going to turn it to the 4 1/4 side, and we're going to score at 5/8, 2 5/8, and 3 1/4. Okay. Now I'm just going to fold and burnish all of the score lines. Okay, so what we have is a 1/2 inch rectangle on the right and 5/8 inch rectangles going on the left and the bottom. The top is a 1 inch piece. Okay, and this is what we want to do right here. Okay, all right, so we're going to start on the bottom left. And we're going to go to the first score line and cut it to the first score line, and then wedge this square. Okay, go to the end of this long rectangle here, cut the score line to the first score line, next score line, cut it to the first score line. Then we're going to wedge each side of the square. Next score line, we're just going to cut it to the first score line, and then we're going to wedge up into the piece above it. Alright, we're going to turn it to this side, and we're going to start over on the left. We're going to cut to go to the first score line and cut to the second score line, and then we're going to wedge up into that piece above it. Okay, we're going to leave these two rectangles alone, so go to the next score line, cut it straight to the second score line. Next score line, cut it straight to the second score line again. And we're going to take off that rectangle that's on the bottom and wedge both sides of this little square here. Okay, we don't need these 3. Okay, so how I'll do it is we'll go to the next score line, cut it to the second score line, and then we're going to get rid of these 2 first here. So just cut it straight across here, and we got rid of those 2. Then we're going to get rid of this lower rectangle and just wedge the square. Okay, so that's all the cutting. Then you need your corner rounder, and we're going to round the corners of this flap here. Okay, and that's what your cardstock should look like after you've done scoring it and cutting it. All right, now we're going to put some tear and tape on what's left of the skinny rectangle. The skinniest one, this was the 1/2-inch one, close to the score line. I'm going to take the backing off with my Take Your Pick tool. I have this little piece of something here I'm just going to pull off. There we go. All right, this is the outside of the box, so we're going to flip it over so this is the inside. Then flip over the part that has the tape and flip the other side to meet it. So this is going to be our back right here. Okay. So I'm just going to close this down. All right, so we're going to put the sides in and the back, and right here is where we want to put some more tape, and we're going to put it close to the edge this time. Okay, I'll take the backing off. Roll back anything that went over the edge. And then we're just going to try to make sure we get it nice and straight. And you can put in your Take Your Pick tool just to make sure it adheres. And that's your basic box. Now this will fit 2 Ghirardellis very nicely. You could probably fit a pack of the fun size M&Ms if you squished it a little. So you could really decorate this for any holiday. If it's for a bridal shower favor or baby shower, you can do that on there. All right, but I'm going to do the Christmas in July. All right, so I'm going to put that aside, and we're going to do some stamping. So let's stamp our dog first, and definitely need the Stampin' Pierce mat for that. And I'm going to use some Tuxedo Black Ink. And the Scottie Dog. This one is the only one that goes to the punch. All right, I'm going to get ink on there. And I'm going to push it down. I'm going to hold it a little while. And there we go. Pretty good. Okay, then we need our label that we cut out and a piece of scrap. And just to give this a little bit of interest, you could, if you wanted to, you could emboss this with something, but I decided I would use these little snowflakes. So I'm going to use Real Red ink on the Real Red cardstock. Remember, this label is from All That Ties. And I'm just going to, I want to go off the edge a little bit. I don't want it to look uniform at all. Here we go. Okay. And the last thing we're going to stamp is the little bow, and we're going to put it on this piece of DSP just so that when we cut it out, at first I just cut it out and I really thought it needed a little bit of something inside. So I'm going to get Granny Apple Green ink, and I'm just going to stamp a bow. All right. Okay, now we have to get our punch. So first we'll do our Scottie Dog. Right. And then we'll do our bow. Okay. Right, you could do the polka dot side too if you want. All right. Now let's put our DSP on. And we need the two pieces that are 2 3/4 by 1 3/4 are going to go on the front and on the back. Okay, and then we have the piece that is 2 3/4 by 3/4, and we're going to decide which way we want it. That's a good way. And we have to round the bottom 2 corners with our corner punch. Okay. And then attach that right onto here. This is really pretty quick one. And I think it's such a nice, lovely gift for co-workers or church members, or maybe with a gift card if you're not going to be giving any actual gift. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this gold and vanilla satin edged ribbon. This is in the mini catalog, and I'm going to tie a bow and have it be right, the bow kind of right there on the edge if we can. Okay. All right. Now what we want to do is work on this here, and what we're going to do is attach the dog to the label with dimensionals. I'm going to put a mini, first let me peel it. Oh no, it doesn't matter. I'm going to put a mini on the tail because it tends to hang out there over here, so you want to get something on the tail, and then the regular ones. I'm just going to put him how I like him, right on here. Oops. Okay. Perfect. All right. And then I'm going to put my bow on. And then I'm going to flip it over, and I only want dimensionals down here. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them here. Well, let me just see. Wait. Yeah, I'm going to put one right there, and this way the ribbon won't fall off, and they can just tie it just like this. So I'm sure that it won't pin down our top. Just get this ribbon out of the way for a minute. And then I'm going to try to get this centered. Great. Okay, almost done. All right, we just have one final touch now. See how quick this is? I'm going to put some Opal Rounds, an Opal Round right in the middle of the bow. All right, and I'm going to take one of the smaller ones. I'm going to put it right in the middle of the bow. Okay, and that's it. Really quick. You can make multiple of these very quickly. They don't take up a lot of product. You can get 2 out of each sheet of cardstock plus the labels, and the DSP, you can get both boxes with a little leftover out of the one sheet of 6x6. All right, if you have any questions, my email is below. The link to my blog that has all of the measurements is below. The link to join, if you'd like to join during celebration, you get a free planner along with the $125 worth of products for $99 and free shipping. That link is down there also, and I would love it if you would subscribe and hit the like button. And I will see you next time. Have a good day. Bye.